Alright, so the new topic we're going to look at is geometric construction, and this is the topic where you use a ruler, a pencil, and a compass only to draw some geometrical shapes, but you'll see lines and other stuff coming in to get those shapes first, and you'll be using the protractor, which is the half a circle, to measure angles, and sometimes they use that for the question as well, but you have to pay careful attention what they say in this part here. And TD students might find this a little bit easier because there's some similar stuff they will be doing for TD as well. So I try to break it down into 5 rules. So if you're not good at TD and you don't like to use these instruments, which for some reason a lot of students don't, that we're going to use the same rules over and over, so there's not a lot of rules that you have to remember. This is one of the questions that always comes as well. You would have to construct something at some point. So the first and most basic rule that we're going to learn, and we're going to see this rule several times, is to divide a line into 2 equal parts. So another word for that is to bisect a line. So the first thing we have to do, and the most basic, is just to draw a line. So there are different ways you can draw a line. You can just draw the line, but I prefer to see how you get the line. So usually this comes with a ruler. So I'm going to stick a point at, I'm going to draw a line longer than 12 centimeters first, which is what my ruler can do. So I'm just drawing a line longer than what is required, and then with my compass, my pencil already sticking it, I'm going to stick a point at one end, so it's at 0, and at the next end I'm going to stretch it out all the way. Sorry, I don't show you where you can see it. Stick my pencil at one end and then stretch it out all the way to 12. So a shore is 12 centimeters long. Then I stick my compass point at one end and I mark off my line. Now this is not absolutely necessary. Some people will say that it is, but I just want to see how you get the exact value of the line, and I like to put dots at either end to let me know that's the front end of my line. So the front will be A, the ending point will be B, and the distance from there to there, let's just double check that it is 12 centimeters, right? So we're going to bisect this line. Now it may look like we're not doing something exact, but we're going to get an exact answer. So what we're going to do is, again, all this could draw is arcs of different radii or full circles. So all I'm going to do is stick the compass point at one end, and all I have to do is, again, it's an approximate thing, but we're going to get an exact answer. I have to stretch my compass out to more than half the length of the line, but I can't cross B. So I can't do it too small because I want these arcs that are going to make to overlap. So I'm going to stick it out to about 3/4 the length of the line. That's a nice approximation. So again, from here to here, about 3/4 the length of this line, and I'm going to make a nice big arc. When they want to see a construction lines, this is what they want to see. So if they don't see these, you're not going to get your full marks for this question. And all I'm doing, I'm not changing anything in my compass. I'm sticking it at the next point now, which is B, and I'm just making a next arc, and you can see now the 2 arcs overlap. And where these 2 arcs overlap, I'm just going to join those 2 points from here to here. And if I was to bisect a line, I mean, I'm going to cut it in half. We already know this line is 12 centimeters long. So if I cut this line in half, that means the halfway point should be 6 centimeters. And you can see when I line it up there with my 0 and my 12 that it is on 6 centimeters exact. That's how you'll know you did it correctly, because you can't even see the line. And that's why these things made to see through as well, so you could see it. So that means I break it up into 6 centimeters and 6 centimeters. But the main other rule that comes out of this, when I bisect something, it also cuts at 90 degrees. So I'm also going to get right angles on either side, which is an important rule now. So that's it, we're done. We bisect the line, the 12 centimeter line, into 6 and 6. So this brings me to the second rule now, where I want to draw a perpendicular point. And we see before when we was doing coordinate geometry, perpendicular means a 90-degree angle at the end of a line. So now we kind of get into shapes now, right? So the length of AB is 10 centimeters. Again, however you want to draw the length of that line, whether you want to measure it in your ruler and just put the dots, or you want to use your compass and construct it, that's up to you. But you're getting points for accuracy in this. So once I have this line AB this time as 10 centimeters, I'll get my marks for accuracy. So what I want to do now is draw a 90 degree at point E. So we just saw in the last one, when I bisect something, I cut it in half, but I also get a 90-degree angle. So we're going to use that same rule. As I said, we're trying to limit the rules we use to keep it simple. So I need to bisect something here where I'm going to get a 90-degree angle. So I'm going to create something that this is going to be the center for. So I'm going to make a half a circle. So I'm going to stick my point here. Again, you controlling how big or small you want this half a circle. You don't want it too small that it's hard to maneuver, too big that off the page. So I'm just going to make a half a circle here using my own radius. So I make a half a circle. So I already know this is the center of my circle. But the point is that if I could bisect something, I'm going to get a 90-degree angle. So this half a circle that I make, I'm going to bisect the diameter of this half a circle, which is the two endpoints of my half a circle. So we're going to use that same rule again now. I create my half a circle at point A first being the center of that circle. And I'm going to stick my compass point at one end. And again, I could see the center now. Again, I said I want 3/4 the length of the line. And I make an arc. And all I'm doing is switching sides to the next end of whatever I want to split. And I make a next arc. And that's it. I extend my line down. And not only did I bisect that, which is what I wanted, but I bisected it at a 90-degree angle, which is what I wanted. I wanted a 90-degree angle at that point. And this is where this comes in handy. I could double check it. Again, make sure the center lines up there. And you can see it is 0 to 90. And again, the next side, because it have it going from both ways, 0 to 90. And from the geometry rules from before, a straight line is half the circle, which is 180 at 180, 360 as you're seeing as well. So that's it. We get 90-degree points. Later on, we'll see what this length going to be. And we could use this for squares, rectangles, because I would just do one on both sides to get the 90 degrees on either side. For my squares and my rectangles, I could also use it for a trapezium or a right angle triangle. So that's how we're going to incorporate all these rules to get different shapes. And we'll see those coming up a little bit later in the other rules.